Hi, this is Alex, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a rant because the misinformation out there about the way to go about finding a job teaching English in Korea is so far off that I need to set the record straight. And specifically, I want to talk about the idea that there are bad recruiters out there who are actually going to screw you over and find you a bad job. And I'm going to talk about this and why it's completely untrue and it's actually hurting your job hunting abilities. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what recruiters are and what they aren't. And that way you'll get a clearer sense of how you can use them effectively. Okay, so firstly, what a recruiter is. And this is very simple. All they are there to do is connect you with a school. And after that, you're going to be signing the contract with that school. You're going to be working for them for a year. You're going to be dealing with the school itself. And basically, all you use the recruiter for is to get in contact with that school and get offered the job by the school. So the idea that a recruiter is anything more than this, if you have expectations over and above this, then you need to change your thinking, because if you use recruiters in this way and use multiple recruiters, that way you're getting the benefits of using a recruiter, but you don't have all these ideas of what they should be doing for you, because there's totally misconceptions about the way that recruiters deal with you and what they should be doing for you. So I think there's a few reasons why people talk badly about recruiters and have bad things to say about them. And like I mentioned, it's just the expectations they have of them. So let's go through a few of the reasons why people might get upset with recruiters and the actual reasons for why this is happening. And then of course talk about how you can avoid making these mistakes by thinking about the recruiters in these ways. Okay, so the first one is that people expect recruiters to get back to you, to be prompt, to have your back when you send them messages. And the truth of the matter is that recruiters actually work for the schools. So you aren't their primary clients, they get a commission from the school. So it's not uncommon to reach out to, say, 5 recruiters and only have one of them get back to you. So firstly, just accept that. Accept the fact that they aren't going to be good at getting back to you, that you aren't their number one priority. And then that way you can just reach out to a lot of recruiters, get a few responses back, and be happy with those. So that's what I do with my clients is I make them make a list of recruiters, send out their resume in batches to the recruiters, and then that way when they get a response, they're like, okay, cool, that's awesome. But I make sure that they don't get upset when a recruiter doesn't respond, because that's not their primary focus and it's normal in the way things work. And then another complaint people always seem to have is that recruiters are rude, they don't get back to you quickly, they have poor customer service. Well, the truth of the matter is some do, but why does it matter? Because like I mentioned, the primary aim is to get them to offer you jobs. So once you've dealt with the recruiter, then you've got the job, and it doesn't matter how annoying they were working with them during the process. So bear in mind, again, that they don't work for you, you're getting a free service from them, and just use any recruiter possible. If one is not getting back to you, move on to the next one. If one is being rude, well, just bear with it. And if they offer you a great job, then that's really great. So for example, a friend of mine who was originally with EPIC, the public school program, actually just got a job at a Hagwon, and he's really happy with it. So firstly, yes, there are good Hagwon jobs out there. He's contracted to work 30 hours a week, but typically he said he only works about 13 teaching hours a week, which is really awesome. And he says the whole Hagwon is like a family and really, really nice. But the thing was, the recruiter he went through, I looked up that recruiter and there were a ton of bad reviews saying this guy was rude, he didn't get back to me, don't use him. But this guy ended up getting a good job through them. So what does it matter that the recruiter didn't come across nicely and was super friendly with you? It really doesn't matter. Then the next point, and this is probably the biggest concern for most people, is that recruiters are going to be untrustworthy, that they're going to lie to you, that they're going to exaggerate how great the job is, and then you're going to end up stuck with this horrible job for 1 year. Now, the truth of the matter is, because the recruiter is just referring you to the school, you can check up everything they've told you with the school themselves. So once you do the interview with the school, you can confirm all the facts that the recruiter told you. You can ask the school more questions. You can speak to previous teachers at the school or current teachers at the school. You can request to speak to them, and that way you can find out more about what the school's like. And overall, you can just take a look at the school. Importantly, the contract too. So if you have a look at the contract, then you can see exactly what is offered to you, what you are legally allowed to do, what you get out of the contract and the school. And then that way, it doesn't really matter what the recruiter said, whether they exaggerated, whether they told you the truth. You can check it all up afterwards. So that brings me to my final point, and that is that you should really take this whole process into your own hands. What I see a lot of people do is they contact one recruiter, they get one job offer, and because they don't know any better, they just take it and sign the contract. Now, what you need to do is be self-reliant. Go ahead and be smart about the process. Contact lots of different recruiters. See them for what they are. They're connectors. They can connect you with the school. And then use your brains to figure out, is this school ripping you off? Is it a good contract? And there's a lot of things you can look at. You know, the teaching hours, the actual hours per day, the pay, the salary, all that kind of stuff. If you go through the contract, you can see the exact details. So what you should do is reach out to a lot of different recruiters, get job offers coming your way, compare them, and be smart about asking the right questions, knowing when something is offered to you, if it's not fair, and just really try and bear in mind that yes, there are some jobs that aren't that great, but then there are good jobs too. So be smart about it, look at the contracts, compare the options, and that way, if you use lots of recruiters, there really aren't any bad recruiters. There's no such thing. It's just a connector, someone who's going to set you up with a job, and then you decide if that job is right for you. Okay, that's all for me today. I think I got the point across there, trying to rant a little bit. Not sure how that came across, but basically, just check out the options there are, and you should be good. So that's it from me. Send me a message if you want any questions answered about teaching career. You can add me on Facebook, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the channel for more updates in the future. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.